merging finances as a married couple and workplace romance. But now, since I'll be out of town tomorrow, so I won't be posting in the morning at all or anytime tomorrow, I kind of wanted to come on twice and tell you guys a story time because, as I mentioned in my previous videos, I wanted to do some story times in between um, my live episodes for ShayS Relationship Files. I wanted to also give you guys some story times as well, since y'all enjoyed the last one so much. And since we're on ShayS Relationship Files, we talk about all types of relationships. We talk about personal and friendships. So this story is regarding a friendship that I had for almost 30 years. We've known each other since we were kids. And I'm going to call her Sarah, but it's not her real name, but just for protection purposes, her name is Sarah. So I've thought about this story because since my topic on my other live was about finances and things, this was something that I chose to do that me and my husband agreed to, that from now on I'm been more careful with now. So this girl Sarah that I know for a long time, she, at least I thought she was my best friend. And I always thought that she had my best interest and she was really there for me and I could count on her before I met my husband, of course. Um, and so with me and her, what happened was she needed a place to stay. So me and my husband decided, we talked about it. He was like, well, since she's your best friend, she can stay with us until she can find a job. And we thought it was a good idea because she was working already. She's been working for a while. So I thought it wouldn't be no time at all before she would find a job. So once she found the job and everything, she ended up moving out, which wasn't an issue. And then some months passed. She asked to borrow some money. So I talked to my husband about it, and I was like, she needed to borrow this, that, and the third. So my husband's like, oh, okay. Well, I think she'll, be good on her word and pay us back. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna promise I'm gonna get this back like ASAP. I get paid on such and such time. I will call you and get your money back. And now keep this in mind, as even now, especially now, it's a financial struggle. But in general, in the household, you budget and agree on certain expenses. So when you're lending money out to someone, you're trusting their word that they're going to pay you back. So here comes the week or 2 weeks later that she said she was going to have the money back. Now, the day she said went by, I was like, maybe something happened. I'm going to give her a few extra days. So, Sarah, I give her a few extra days to see if she reaches out. Haven't heard a thing. Just complete silence. Calling her phone, nothing. Texting, nothing. Hey, AZFR. Yeah, so I text her, nothing. Called her, nothing. And usually she would pick up most of the time, or at least text me back something. Nothing, right? So I'm like, what is going on? Why is this girl? And I'm starting to feel like she's avoiding me on purpose because she knows she owes me this. And I'm like, as long as we've known each other, I would think if she was having an issue or paying me back or whatever, she could have told me and we would have worked something out or figured out a payment plan or just figured out something versus then basically ghosting and avoiding me. So when she finally decides to respond, and this is literally almost a month, 2, 3 months later. So she was literally ghosting me for some months because she knew she owed me money. And this wasn't like little amount of money. So she says to me, well, I don't have it to give you right now. And I'm like, well, it kind of took you a long time to say that. You know, you could have told me this months ago that you were having financial difficulties, whatever the case may be, and we could have figured out something. I mean, what have you. So she says to me, oh, it shouldn't hurt y'all that bad because y'all seem to be fine. So I don't get how the amount I borrow really affected y'all like that. And that's when I had to realize that she definitely wasn't a friend that I thought she was, because someone who is a genuine friend to you wouldn't feel almost entitled to something when you help them out. They would do all they can to, if y'all had an agreement of them paying you back, they would do all they can to do that. And if something transpired that they couldn't or something was going on, they'll keep you in the loop to let you know, like, I haven't forgot. I'm just going through XYZ, but I'll get it to you as soon as possible. And kind of when that happened, I was just like, it just made me look at her very different from how I used to look at her. And the fact that she felt like to her, and I think that's why for me, I don't necessarily like people living with us. Like, not that I don't like helping people in that way, but I'd rather help somebody try to get a hotel or something like that. Not that we're doing anything that is secretive. That's not the problem. It's just the fact that I feel like some people, not everybody, so I'm not speaking for everyone because some people aren't like that. But some family members or even friends, sometimes when they're living with you, they scope out what you do on a daily basis. It's like they're kind of gaining information to use on you, or whenever the opportunity that they have when they need some, and then when they get upset enough, they'll throw it back at you. So I guess because from time to time, of course, when my husband got paid, like anybody, if we have a little extra funds and I may not feel up to cooking that day, we may order out that Friday, every other Friday, and get some pizza or something, which I'm sure all families do when they get a paycheck once the bills are paid or whatever. So just because you see us eating out sometimes or doing small activities as a family, don't mean we're so well off that we can just give out money and not worry about it. Now, of course, there's times when you may give somebody money as a gift, and then of course you're not expecting them back because that's something you wanted them to have. But this wasn't the scenario. This was an agreement. This was a temporary borrow, and she knew that from the beginning, and she took advantage of our kindness and never paid me back. And even months after the situation passed, I remember my husband telling me, like, I'm just not gonna never borrow to her anymore because we can't trust that she would give it back when she needs to give it back from experience of just what happened. And she just keep playing games, and you keep having to chase her and call her constantly, and she's not responding just because she doesn't want to pay the money back or she doesn't feel like she has to. So that was definitely a lesson learned. But I remember, like, months and months we were talking. She called me like months later, and I brought that situation up. Like, I kind of told her up front, like, I feel like you don't treat me the way you used to, because the person I knew would have made sure they gave me that money back. And it's not necessarily about the money, because money is just paper. It's the principle that you're like, you were like family to me, and I thought you would keep your word when you asked for help at that time. So that was the bigger principle at that point. So, and that's when she kind of said, like, oh, well, now I could pay you back. I'll send you some money from where I am, because she had moved to a different state. So I give her my information. Then she ghosts me again. So at this point, that's when I came to the decision. I'm just going to leave the situation alone. I'm not going to bring it up no more, because I'm like, at this point, I'm just feel like I'm looking stupid. Keep talking to a person, trying to talk to them calmly about how you feel, and it's just like they're disregarding you completely. Like, and don't get me wrong, I mean, it's something she was there for with me when it came to my mom passing, when it came to some major issues I had in my life. She was there. But it's a lot of times she wasn't, that I should have kind of seen the red flags of that she wasn't being as good a friend as I thought. And that was one of the red flags with her. And then over time after that, it started being more scenarios of her being ghosting with me. Like, I would reach out, say, hey, how you doing, never hear a thing. And I'm like, I do understand that people have a life outside of me. I know I'm not the only person in their life, and that I'm not the only responsibility they have. And I do completely understand that. But at the same time, it doesn't take but a second if you have a moment of your day. Everybody has a moment of the day where you see your text message, you can respond. Or if you see a missed call, you could call back. And I just got to a point where I just walked away from that friendship, because I was doing pretty much all the giving and the kindness towards her, but I wasn't getting it back. And it's not just about the situation that I told you today. It's been multiple times for years that she would completely go ghost on me for months and months and months. I would never hear from her. I would send her a message like, hey, how you doing? Just checking on you. Never hear a thing. And then what would be weird is I would see her on Facebook Messenger. You can tell when someone's online. Like, I would see that she's online looking at other things or whatever, other people she knew and stuff. And when I knew she'd be online, I would write her and say, oh, hi, hey, how you doing and stuff. She would get off, or um she wouldn't just respond to me. And I'm like, I see this person on here, like, why is she treating me like this? And you would think, like, oh, what did you do to make her act like this? But honestly, I've always been the type that I tell what my part in what I did. And a lot of people don't hold themselves accountable, but I believe in telling both sides. But for me, all I did was be the best of friend I could be. So I don't really know till this day what made her treat me the way she did, or why she constantly ghosted me a lot of times. And it's not just ghost, I mean like, oh, just some weeks and then she pop up. What I mean by ghost, it could go almost 6 months, sometimes a year, before I even hear anything from her. And when somebody do that so many times, you get to a point where you like, I'm not going to keep chasing this person. Why do I need to continue to chase this one person when I have other people around me that want to be around me and want to get to know me as a friend that I don't have to chase? That's really being genuinely friends to me. And I had to really, sit and think and realize what a genuine friend really means. And I realized that wasn't the type of friend I wanted around me anymore anyway. Because I'm like, that's not how a person treats you that cares. Because now the friends that I've grown close to over the years, now older, have went above and beyond for me and my family, my husband, my daughter. They have been there for me just as much as I've been there for them. I don't have to chase them. They never ghost me. They, even if they do go out of town or something like that, they let me know, oh, I'm finna go out of town. But even then, I still get a text. I still get, pictures of stuff they did or whatever the case may be. I basically talk to these people almost every day, except for if they're sick or something's going on in their family right now. But even in the saddest moments, they still talk and let me know in text. And I just, I don't know how you can see my face because, oh, you said, can I see your face? No, because actually I am a faceless YouTube. I like to kind of talk without my face being on the screen, but I am working on trying to get like a little thumbnail where you can kind of see a picture or something like that. I'm trying to do that at some point, but I just personally feel better about being faceless. Not that I'm um hiding anything or anything like that. I just, yeah. Hello from Pakistan. Hi. Yeah. So, how's the weather in Pakistan? It's a little gloomy where we are. Um, yeah, but as I was saying, yeah, I had to really do some deep soul searching of who did I continue to want this person around me, and I had to cut it off because I had to realize she was gonna keep popping in. Oh gosh, it's hot. Ew. Yeah, it's today here. It's like gloomy, but it's very humid where we are. It's very humid, so I'm definitely staying in the air myself today. I'm from Wisconsin area. So if you know how Wisconsin area is, it's kind of all over the place. But yeah, I was just talking about friendship a little bit, and kind of one of my experiences I had with someone that I thought was my best friend that I known for over 20 some years. But someone had to talk to me that was close to me too and make me realize that she wasn't being a great friend. Like, a good friend doesn't ghost you for months and months on end. And when you see them online and say hi, they get off real quick. Like, and I've asked, because I'm very upfront person, not in a disrespectful way, but like when I see somebody acting a certain way, I don't mind asking them in a private setting, like, what's wrong? Is it something I did? And I have asked those questions, and she never answers them, or she would say there's nothing wrong but continue to show these actions. I'm like, okay, if I'm not doing anything to you, you saying it's nothing I've done, why do you continue to ghost me? But you supposed to be my friend. And I get, even with text messages, some people are not the best texter, but this is even phone calls, this is even video calls. And I'm not saying I call every hour, every time. Of course, I pick a time where I think she may not be doing anything. But even when you have a break, and then the times she would call me back prior, I would hear her with somebody else, like another friend or something, which is not an issue. It's just the fact that I'm like, okay, so you had the time to make sure you hang out with that person, but you couldn't even pick up the phone to at least just say hi. And I've been writing and checking on you for like 4 and 5 months, different times, and you never once just said, oh, hey, I'm doing okay, or something. That just hurts. And I would love to hear you guys' opinion on it. Have y'all ever had friends, someone you were close to, that may have ghosted you or didn't treat you the way you wanted to be treated as a friend? Oh, by the way, if I get silent, I'm just here waiting to see, looking at the chat here. Yeah, so it took a while for me to really cut that off because, like I was saying, I had to realize, and my husband talked to me a lot about it. Like, he said, she's not treating you. And everybody that know me know I'm a very kind individual. I'm very caring towards anyone that's in my circle. So anytime somebody treats me like that, anybody who really knows me always say, like, you don't deserve to be treated like that. Because I don't give that energy out. But some people just don't appreciate. And I wish it didn't take me so long to see that. But I'm glad that I finally was able to just say, you know what? I wish her the best in whatever she does, but I just choose not to talk to that person anymore and just love her from a distance. I always will have love for her because she was my first friend I ever had from grade school. But I just feel like it got to a point where I had to just say, she goes her way and I go my way. And I always continue to pray for her because I pray for everyone, but I just choose not to bother her anymore. Because sometimes, like I mentioned in a lot of my videos prior, sometimes you have to do what's best for you personally. It's not always about the other person. Because you can't always change what the other person's actions are, but you can change how you handle it. If I continue to had left that door open, she would have continued to do the same thing to me. Because it was going on for years and years, and it's like, she's not going to stop doing it. So you got to be the one to do something. So I chose to walk away from the friendship. What was left of the friendship, which wasn't really that much. It really wasn't much left to leave because the friendship died years before I came to the conclusion that I needed to just leave her alone. Because she wasn't never going to tell me, I just simply don't want to deal with you. She wasn't never going to say that. So I had to walk away myself. And it still was a lesson learned. Everything in life is a lesson. Hello, Omega Beast. We're talking about friendships and being ghosted by someone that you thought was a close friend. Have anyone on here ever been ghosted by someone they were close to? And in case you don't know what I mean by ghosted, which I'm pretty sure you do, but when someone kind of don't communicate and disappear for months and months on end, no matter how much you try to check up on them, and then you see them online, you say something, they don't say anything back, that type of stuff. And the thing I guess that still puzzles me about the whole thing with some people like that, why is it? Oh well, I'm not talking about ghosts. I know ghosts aren't real. I'm meaning ghosting in a metaphoric sense, like where somebody disappears out of your life in and out. When you try to reach them, they don't respond. They pop up when they want to pop up. That type of stuff. But yeah, I know ghosts aren't real. But yeah, I was finna say, like, what I didn't understand was as long as we known each other is why she didn't feel the need to tell me how she was feeling or what she may have been feeling that was causing her to do that, or did she just simply feel like our friendship wasn't important to her and she was just looking for kind of to just take advantage when she could, but she didn't really care about our friendship. That's what I sometimes wonder. Because I mean, like I said, this wasn't just a person I just met as an adult. We known each other since we were kids in elementary school. She used to sleep over all the time. My mom used to even help her younger. So yeah, she was around our family for pretty much till we became adults. But you know, I remember something that they said on one of these Medea plays I watched, that some people are in your life for a season and some people are in your life forever. And I said maybe during the times when our friendship was okay, when she wasn't doing that, that was the time I maybe needed her around. And as I got older and our life started going in different directions, maybe it wasn't meant for her to be in my life for beyond that. Maybe I just needed that person for the time, that the situation I was dealing with. And then once I became older, I met more people that I needed now that maybe she couldn't give as a friend because maybe she didn't know how. But yeah, so that's my story time for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed me uploading 2 lives this morning. Just because prior to in the beginning of the video, I was just saying I'm going out of town tomorrow, so I won't be posting at all tomorrow. So I just wanted to give y'all a treat of giving 2 videos for you guys to enjoy. And I will be back on Monday morning again with another episode of ShayS Relationship Files. So definitely look out for that. And again, you guys, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for coming on today to listen to my story, because I know you guys could be at any other YouTube channel and you came to mine. So I thank you. I appreciate you guys helping me grow this channel, and I hope to see you guys more and more. And again, remember to like, share, and subscribe and share this. And you guys have a great day as well. Continue to stay safe, and I'll see you guys Monday. Peace.